welcome to episode 12 of DeBeta. I will be your host for today, Noah Graham, and like usual, we're going to talk about everything just everything to do with video game topics.
Everything?
Everything, Brett, everything. That lovely voice.
Kirby Air Ride?
No, not Kirby Air Ride. Unfortunately,
man,
I'm banning it. I'm vetoing your Kirby Air Ride.
All right, see you guys later.
Anyway, that voice is Brett Woodmansey, and I'm also joined by the Baroness, John Moore. There's a reason why I've called you Baroness. So I'm not just making up words. How are you doing, John?
I'm good, man. What does that word mean exactly?
Do you know what a baron is?
No.
Okay, well he's kind of like a lord. He has a high status in society, kind of thing. If you're a baron, they're known for being like womanizers as well. They're quite
So Noah, you're a baron.
Definitely. The reason why I call you Baroness is because we may as well go into games we've been playing. That's what we usually do, and I'll start off because this is a nice segue for once. We've actually got one. But the reason why I'm calling you Baroness is because I've created characters in XCOM Enemy Unknown, and I made you a female, John.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry, you're the best looking one. I made sure of it.
Yes.
And as you go through, your soldiers get their nicknames, and yours is called Baroness.
What's mine? Is my character good?
You didn't level up high enough, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
You got exploded into a million pieces.
What?
You're dead.
What do you mean?
You were a sniper, and I put you where a sniper shouldn't go, unfortunately.
Oh, man. That's dead.
Oh, my gosh. Is it because that one time I said Don Bradman's not a good cricket player?
That's definitely it. I've created multiple copies of you, Brett, and every time I'm feeling down, I just send you in.
I took it back. I take it back. Bring me back to life.
You can't take that back. You've already said it.
Don Bradman's the best cricket player ever.
It is. And like usual, I've also been playing it, but I've said enough about it, so refer to DeBetaCast episode 1 to 11 for more information. I've also been playing Danganronpa. Nearly completed that. Nearly computed that, but I don't think that makes sense. Nearly completed that, and damn, is it good! The storyline is just magnificent. If you have a Vita, make sure you play that game because it's the best one I've played so far. And I've also been playing an old school game, Age of Empires 2, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm not good at strategy games, but God, there's just something about it that I just love. And even though its graphics aren't exactly next gen, it's a really good game. It has a lot of depth to it. That it's stat heavy, obviously, because it's a strategy, real time strategy game. But it just has so much content to it that you just can't help but fall in love with it.
Oh man. Age of Empires 2, I remember playing that as a kid, and I like the story. It's good because there's historical it's deals with history, and I love history, so it's that's awesome. And then in the free mode, you can make a huge army and a bunch of different towns and castles, and this is my base, and I can just demolish anybody, any of my opponents. And I remember doing full I think there are 12 players as the max number of players. I don't quite remember, but I would put them on the hardest difficulty, and the battles would last forever. And you would see one town a couple hours later, the first town would finally get destroyed, and I was like, holy cow, this is serious, and the game is just so good. And then for Danganronpa, I've heard nothing but awesome things about it. Eventually, I'm gonna pick up that and the second one. I don't know when, but I mean, there's no doubt in my mind I'm going to get them because I know you've praised it quite a bit, and other people I have spoken to, I've read their views on it, have just talked so highly of that game.
Yeah, it truly is one of Vita's best games. It utilizes the not all the functions. It doesn't use the rear touchpad, and it doesn't actually. You can use the touchpad on the screen, but you don't have to. I like it that it gives you that option, and the story in it is just so good, because every single time you start getting hope, bam, Monokuma comes in and just destroys you. You're just like, no, this is despair, buddy. You're gonna encounter what it feels like to be one of these kids who thinks that they can finally escape, and then just boom, destroyed. So what have you been playing, John?
So I picked up FIFA 15 2 days ago, a day ago, whenever it came out. And I wasn't expecting too much of an improvement from 14, just because 14 was also on next gen, and I didn't really see, because 14 was just about flawless. But I picked up 15, and I was kind of excited to play it, but I wasn't like Destiny excited to play. I didn't take a day off work to go play FIFA 15, but I have to say it's really fun. The gameplay is so much better, so much more realistic. Like, your guy moves more fluidly, I guess. So it takes a little bit more thinking to get around defenders and to set up plays to score. So the gameplay and the presentation are wonderful. Probably those are the two biggest improvements. Like, all the other little stuff, like the layout and the menu stuff, are just about exactly the same. One thing I don't really like about it is that, like, I'm doing Be a Pro mode, and you create your character, but the process is the exact same. Like, there's nothing new about it. So I just, right when I did it, I just immediately felt like I jumped back into FIFA 14. Like, there's no new, like, customization options. It's all the same. So that was a little bit of a downer, but it's just a little minor thing. But so far, I'm loving playing that. And then I've been playing Destiny, and I think we should have a moment of silence for the loot cave that is now patched.
Rest in peace, you beautiful Luke Cave.
You flaw in the system, you.
That'll do. But I know a lot of people have been talking about that. It's kind of funny just to watch all, like, the screenshots that people that have made about it. But yeah, I still like Destiny. The Queen Wrath thing has been added to it, and that's pretty fun. I finally got a legendary item. Finally, I got a helmet for doing the
same.
Yeah, I haven't.
It's
haven't
such
been
a
lucky.
good feeling.
I haven't got legendary stuff all game. I did one mission for her, and I got one. I was like, oh, that's fantastic. So I'm still playing Destiny, and it's still fun to me.
FIFA flawless. That sounds just like you, John.
I'm probably a little biased, but whatever. Who cares?
I mean, FIFA, they tend to be, like, consistently awesome games. I mean, I'm not the biggest soccer fan, so, they're great games, but, like, they're on, like, towards, like, the end of, like, sports games I prefer.
Yeah, but obviously it's not as good as Don Brown Cricket 14. That just
don't even get me
I don't think there's
started.
I don't think there's a game that's come close to Don Brown.
No, there never will be. Not to Don Brown Cricket.
Maybe Kirby Air Ride, maybe.
I vetoed that. We're not talking about Kirby.
Kirby Air Ride, and a far away second place, Don Braben's Cricket, and a super close third place, Kirby Air Ride.
What we're going to do is we're going to have Cody just edit this and just change Kirby Air Ride to Destiny or something like that.
Just plug in another game right there.
Yeah.
Don Braben's Cricket, and a far away second place, Don Braben's Cricket, and a super close third place, Don Braben's Cricket.
What have you been playing, Brett?
Destiny has really been the only thing I've been playing. The whole, like, loot cave thing, I've done it. I've exploited it plenty of times because, I mean, I was desperate for legendary. It was like my character was level like 23 or something, and it's like, all right, I've played at least like 25 hours of this game. Like, where is my dang legendary? Like, I've been waiting forever, and like, I've seen so many people with it. I'm like, I can't progress if I don't get a legendary. And I finally got one. Oh, and it was for a different class. But anyways, like, I was like just like getting that first one out of the way, almost like Diablo or something. It's like I got the first one. I was like, all right, and I started to slowly get them at a better pace. Like, since that first legendary, I've gotten at least like like I've gotten 3 legendaries from the Queen missions, and then I've got maybe like 3 or 4 legendary engrams. So I'm really starting to like the game again. Like I was just really frustrated with it. Like I was just complaining. I was like, everybody has a legendary but me. I was like, where's mine?
I think you said you were gonna stop playing at one point, huh?
Oh yeah. I was like, if I don't get a legendary like this past weekend, like I was gonna stop playing Destiny for forever. I was probably gonna return it because like it was just so frustrating. Oh, I went there. But yeah, the Queen missions like like they're really fun. Like they're difficult for sure. Like there are more enemies. They're tougher. They have shields that you have to expose with certain weapons, and I like the challenge. Like I'm like, oh, like normally I'll breeze through this mission with ease, but now it's much more difficult, and I really have to rely upon my teammates as opposed to just we all do our own thing and have no issues.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I have played enough Destiny, but I don't really. I like it, but I don't love it. It just doesn't.
It's no Don Bradman's cricket show.
It's no Don Bradman's cricket. That's right.
Or Kirby, right?
Or Kirby, yeah.
Oh man,
I'm the host. Listen to me.
Can we just talk about that show for like an hour, or that game for like an hour? So. That'd be awesome.
Maybe
I think you do most of the talking, to be honest, Brett. We'd just be listening, just going, yeah, okay, Brett.
Just agree with you, yeah.
Well, in 2003, Hell Laboratories did this.
Nope. We're stopping you there. You're gonna keep going.
Yeah, just going back to Destiny, yeah. It just doesn't have enough of a setting for me. It kind of feels like what I felt when I played Infamous. I know this is a really weird game to sort of compare, but Infamous looked really good, but it just had no personality to it, and I think Destiny's the same. It has these awesome settings that unfortunately aren't as varied as I thought they would be, but these pretty good looking settings, and you can see the effort's gone into them graphically, but there's just nothing there to sort of give it personality. And then I guess that's where the MMO aspect comes into it. I guess that MMOs do their setting tend to be quite bland apart from when you actually talk to NPCs. And it's just a shame that they don't have that in Destiny. I know there's sort of like the end of all the world, but it would be nice if there were small little communities on the actual planets just struggling to survive, and then that would just add some sort of mission variation. So you never know, we might see that, and who knows where Destiny's going. We might go into a different sort of what's it called? The
universe,
yeah,
or planets,
planetary system kind of thing. Mm-hmm. The words escaped my mind, but the solar system, come out of the solar system, and we might see stuff like that because from what I gathered of the story, which wasn't much, because to be honest, I was watching things on my laptop when the story popped up because it's like I can't be bothered with this. But what I gathered was it's essentially Mass Effect 3. So I'm more interested in Destiny in just where it's going to go than what it actually is, which is a bit of a weird thing to say. But I've got the game, so I'm sure I'll keep playing the content. But it's not 10 out of 10 for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was 2 points I'm gonna say. With like the story, like I feel like it's too realistic in a way. Like they had so much potential, almost like Mass Effect, like all these like unique worlds, all these like different things, and like all this like exploration. But like you have Earth, the Moon, Mars, and Venus. Like come on, like there's like you're like talking about space and like the future. Like there could be so much more there. Like planets, like you can make up a planet, and like there's gonna be so much to it. Like I wish we had that. I mean, maybe we will, like with expansions or Destiny in a couple years. But for now, it's like it doesn't satisfy me. And then with the settings, like they're open and there's all these areas to explore, but they feel empty in a way. Like yeah, I can go from like this place to this place, and it's really cool, like seeing like what each area in a world has to offer. But like it doesn't, like it just feels boring. Like I'm sure, like going across on my my vehicle, and it's cool, but there's just not like too much to it. I just feel like I feel like they kind of missed out on the setting in a way.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to do with the enemies, because I'm not sure if you end up finding it at the end of the story, but they don't really seem like they have a proper motive. Like, I know there's different types of enemies, and they fight each other in some instances, but you never actually like see their sort of own personal motives for wanting to destroy the universe. They're just this big bad threat coming to destroy, and you think, well, they're not like Mass Effect when Mass Effect was just the Reapers coming to destroy everything. They're different factions and different types of aliens, so it's just a shame you don't get to delve into them and see their own motives for taking over Earth. And I think maybe Bungie should have added more personality to them, because unfortunately they just don't have enough impact for me. They're just something to shoot at. That's essentially what you get the feeling when you see the enemies in Destiny, not, oh, this person is... not this person, this alien is wanting to kill me so that they can then take over the Earth and really prosper in their own against other aliens. So I don't know. I think we've talked enough about Destiny. We'll go on to our first topic, which is quite a controversial one. And if you're listening, Lizard Squad, you can just up yours essentially, because you're
seriously, like come on, just enough of this stuff.
Yeah, well, the topic is centered around them, and it's Lizard Squad are still around terrorizing developers. Do you think they'll ever go away? And do either of you two think they're in the right to attack these corporate businesses? And you can start off, John, because I haven't heard much of you.
Do I think they'll ever go away? I think that Lizard Squad specifically might go away, but like the idea of terrorizing and messing with all these developers, I think that'll still carry on, for as long as the developers and studios are around.
Are you saying they're Batman, John?
What?
Are you saying they're Batman? It's the meaning, not the person.
Right, the idea will stay. No, but because I've kind of followed them on Twitter, like to see what's kind of going on with them and everything, and they've done some pretty, some things that they should probably be locked up for. I think eventually like the Lizard Squad will no longer be here, but yeah, I think the idea of them attacking developers and stuff, I think that'll stay. I mean, I don't really see that going away anytime soon. And I do not think they are in the right. It seems like they think they are, but from what I've seen and like all the news and stuff and all the opinions and everything I've read on all the stuff they've done, I think they are really wrong. I could possibly see their side of it, like to an extent, like, okay, I can see why you would want to, attack these companies. Maybe you think they are doing something wrong and you don't agree with it, but they are definitely overstepping the lines a lot. So I don't think they're in the right at all.
Yeah, well, the thing that annoys me about that is because there's a recent incident where they essentially hacked into this developer's famed god's accounts and shut down their utilities. And I think before then I sort of understood why they were doing it, because there is, with Sony and Microsoft, there is a certain corporate sort of image to them, and I think, okay, I understand that there's games are expensive. They make them in China where there's poor work conditions for workers, but because they're attacking a small developer who I'd never heard of, and just because he essentially said, I don't like Lizard Squad, they can piss off, essentially. That's the reason why they targeted him, and it's just, I'm not sure what Lizard Squad want to actually gain from it. To me, it just seems like it's a facade for them just pissing off the internet, essentially. We know how to overload servers, we know how to annoy gamers, and we're just going to keep doing that. It's like it's a school group mentality of just like bullies, essentially, and it really does annoy me, because there are things wrong with this world, and there are things wrong with Sony and Microsoft in terms of their business structure, but to do it like that and to just essentially annoy the gamers just isn't the right way to go about it. There's several other ways that you can sort of consider this issue, like take it on, and I just think it's a shame because they've always got potential to hack people, but yeah. What about you, Brett?
In a way, I think they're right. Like, if they're exposing companies for doing things that are unethical, and like we're informed on what they're doing and what they shouldn't be doing, then I'm like, okay, I can understand that. But like, I feel like they're arrogant. Like they know, oh, we've hacked PSN, and we're terrorizing developers, and we're DDoSing, like we're overloading servers for different games. It's really annoying. Like, what is your motive? I know it's like to go after a corporate, but like now you're terrorizing developers, and like I just feel like they're trying too hard, and like they're really annoying at this point. Like, just move on already. Like, we get it. You can hack people. Just stop. You're acting childish. And it just really annoys me. But unfortunately, I feel like they're not gonna go away anytime soon. They're only gonna get bigger, and they're gonna try and annoy us more with overloading more games and doing everything that they're doing now even further.
Well, John made a good point that although their Lizard Squad is harassing us now, I'm sure they will get caught. Hopefully they do. But
Yeah.
if they go away, we are just going to have another group pop up, and now that they've seen that it can be done, they're gonna keep trying, and it's disappointing for us, because I think just let them deal with their business. There's proper ways to handle these issues, and you're not going the right way about it. So yeah, does anybody else have anything they want to add?
I think in going back to the where Lizard Squad will go away and someone else will come up. In those instances when that happens, the next Lizard Squad that comes up is going to want to do it better than the previous one. So I think if that happens, it's just going to get worse for us. Like, they're going to want to do it better, and then the next person, when those people go away, they're going to want to do it better, and then the next people are going to want to do it better. So it's either going to have to be eradicated completely, or like there's going to have to be some way to solve it, or it's just going to get really bad, like really quick, or like over the years it's going to get worse. Like, worse things are going to happen. It's not just going to be, oh, we overloaded the server so we can't play for a week. It's going to be, they have all your information and you're broke, and now you don't have anything, and it's going to happen to a lot of people. I think it'll get worse if it doesn't get taken care of.
Yeah, like I said before, it's a schoolboy mentality of we've got to one up each other. We've got to boast how good we are. We can hack into things, and we need people to know that. And it's just just go away. Nobody wants you. Like, yeah, just get caught, get arrested, and then be done with it.
Exactly.
I think I know why they do it. Someone probably bought them a your parents probably bought them a Virtual Boy or something when they were a kid, and they were like, I'm gonna get back at corporation because I'm wah.
That's probably exactly how they sound.
Yeah.
Wah!
Yes, I'd just like to inform the listeners that that impersonation was factually correct. Brett has done his research, and they do act like that.
It took me 32 seconds to find out that information. 32 seconds, well worth it.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, let's not give Lizard Squad any more time of day. We'll move on to the second topic, which is will we be getting the new 3DS? That's us personally. Obviously, other people will be buying it. If yes, why? If no, why? And you can start, Brett, if you'd be so kind.
A 3DS? A new 3DS or the new 3DS?
Oh, I think I said the. Well, no, a lot of...
this just ridiculous, stupid name. Like, I love Nintendo to death. But please, change the name of your system. Like, make it a 3DS 2.0. Make it a 3DS, like 3DSi or 3DS Lite. Like, a casual, like, we know the difference. Because, like, we write about video games and we talk about this stuff all the time. But a casual gamer is going to go into a GameStop and say, do I want a new 3DS or the new 3DS? What's the difference? And say the person at GameStop doesn't know the difference either. It's going to go very poorly. And they need to market the system. And I believe it comes out in less than a month in Japan. I could be wrong. But, like, you really... gotta make the differentiations between the two. It's almost as bad as the Wii and the Wii U. Casual people aren't going to know the difference. Please, explain the differences and make sure a casual person knows the 3DS and the new 3DS and how they're different and how you should go about purchasing one of the two.
But it's even worse than the Wii and Wii U, because at least the Wii U could play. Oh wait, no, I'm getting my facts wrong. It's because no, ignore that. That was just me being stupid. But I just was going to say that it's the managers. It must be a manager's nightmare. I mean, having to train these people to say this is a new 3DS that we've just shipped in, and this is the new 3DS, and they're going to do it for about a week, trying to teach their employees like this is a new 3DS, this is the new 3DS, and then after a week they're just going to go, oh, just whichever one people want, just give them one. But it's a marketing nightmare. But we've seen this before. I mean, we've had like new Super Mario and stuff like that, haven't we? So I don't know what Nintendo are doing. Hopefully they change it. If not, good luck. You're not going to sell too many, I don't think. Will I be getting one? Maybe. I'll just contradict everything that I've said, and I might support them with this. Just because I haven't picked up a 3DS yet, and there's a lot of games that I want to get through, so I may be tempted to pick one up. So if I do, we can just edit out all the rest that I've just bashed on them, and I never said such things.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna get a 3DS again. Probably the new one, because Xenoblade Chronicles is gonna come out, and I love that game to death. And the fact that I can play it on the go, that's going to be awesome. And other people will get to experience that game, because I personally think that was my favorite RPG of last generation. And I think more people need to play that game.
Do you reckon you'll get one, John?
I'll start off by saying that I haven't really been a Nintendo fanboy at all. Like, I kind of stopped at like the GameCube-ish. I really haven't. I'm not gonna get one. I've like never played one, and I really don't know too much about it because I've never really played it. So no, I'm not getting one, and that's just about all I have to say about it. I do think Nintendo needs to really rethink their marketing strategies overall. For sure.
Will they listen, though? Because how many people... I mean, I know we're a small site, but there's much bigger sites going, Nintendo change, and they're just ignoring it, everybody. So
yeah.
It seems that they had their own outlook on the market, and I think it's a wrong one, because you have to listen to consumers and you have to listen to critics, because they're employed to critique your decisions. And if you just ignore them, you're just going to get yourself in even more trouble. And I don't want to see that, because I love Nintendo. But I haven't bought a Wii U because I don't see the point in it, and I might get a new 3DS, but part of me doesn't want to just because of the name. So, and I know that's quite petty, but it's just please change it. I implore you, Nintendo.
If you're listening,
please change it.
And put Kirby Air Ride on it.
And Double Cricket.
We're not doing that. We're editing
I would
that
buy
out.
that.
Nope.
I would buy that.
We know you would. You would buy 50 of them.
Oh, I know. I've watched a cricket match before, and I had no clue what was going on, but I watched it. And I started to pick up how to play, and it seems like a really cool sport.
You bet it is.
You just saying that.
But it's definitely no American football or. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my gosh.
You like your sports, and I like mine.
Oh, we're doing this through the internet. We can't be reasonable, Brett. The internet is constructed of people who aren't reasonable.
You can never be civil, and you can never have an opinion on the internet.
Exactly.
And your opinion is always wrong.
Yeah. You could.
Oh, I think I like this game a lot. You're wrong. But what do you mean? I like it. It's a good game. Nope. Like, come on.
You could literally say on an online thing, we breathe oxygen, and then I'll be going, no, we breathe air, which is made up of nitrogen, oxygen, and all that. That's essentially the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Do you think we have time for the third topic, or should we just wrap up? It's up to you guys. I'm happy continuing, but
I'm fine with it. Go ahead.
You're the host.
I'm the host. Okay, the decision's on me. Whew. I may as well do it. I've written it down now.
Okay.
Topic 3. As consoles are starting to get online capabilities, are we seeing the end of the traditional MMO? And by traditional MMO, I mean the ones played on PC that are just where you don't really have a connection to the character, you just go around and clicking things. And you can start us off with this, Brett.
I think we're like traditional MMOs. I think they're still gonna be there, but I mean, who knows? MMOs, they are evolving in different forms. Like Destiny, I would though Bungie and Activision say it's not an MMO, I would consider it an MMO. But I mean, honestly, I don't have too much to say in this because I'm not very informed in MMOs. But nonetheless, I don't really think they're gonna go out anytime soon. They're still like the thing to play, and people still are obsessed with these games. So I don't think so.
The reason why I say this is because, like you said, Destiny is an MMO, and a lot of people have bought that game. But you look at like Star Wars Online or whatever it's called, the Republic Online, something like that.
The Old Republic, I think it's called.
Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right. And then you also have the Elder Scrolls Online, and there's just lots of these MMOs that are just having to go free to play because nobody's subscribing to them. And I think with the consoles coming along as well and saying you can play them on the console, I think that's also going to take away from the market. And I think we are going to see a decline in the traditional MMO. I mean, we've certainly seen MOBAs becoming the new hit thing, because there was a period of time when everybody was playing some sort of MMO, but now it's sort of moved into arena online things where it's shorter time and you can play with your friends, like not better, but there's sort of like a certain there's more interaction with your friends, like you're having to defeat these enemies, and like MOBAs and online shooters, I think they're the ones that are taking over the MMO sort of base. But then you've got countries like Korea where essentially all they play is MMOs, so I'm not sure. Will it go away steadily? I think there's going to be only a few left. I mean, with what Titan got cancelled by Blizzard, so
Yeah, that was in the work for like 7 years or something.
yeah,
Huh?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it wasn't really it wasn't official, but I think they said that it doesn't have like the quality that most Blizzard titles have, and that it didn't really feel like something they were happy about.
Yeah, but I mean, 7 years is a long time before you pull out of a game. So my sort of looking at it is maybe they saw other games that were just exactly like that but had done it better, and so maybe they got cold feet and just thought, if we release this, we're not going to sell it. But also 7 years is a very long time.
That's
Surely
insane.
you have some sort of game there. You could just, but then Blizzard must be a proud company and they're sitting on a lot of money, so they thought, we're not shoving out rubbish, which you've got to give credit to them, because I keep saying this, but 7 years, I mean, that's a third of my lifetime.
That's a long time to work on something,
Yeah,
and then it's
been it.
Like, yeah, like you develop it, you're part of putting it together, and then like it's all for nothing really. So that's
It's kind
I think there
you go
definitely be a lot fewer MMOs. Like you're still gonna have your World of Warcraft, your Guild Wars, and maybe Elder Scrolls, or like I know Elder Scrolls. It's gonna come to consoles, and it's unique for an MMO. But I mean, MMO they've had such a huge impact, and I mean you're right with the MOBAs. They are the new hot commodity that almost everybody's playing and loving. But I think MMOs there's just too much for, like, World of Warcraft is still getting expansion, and that's gonna have people hooked for however long. It's gonna bring people back in who haven't played in a while, and it's gonna keep people who are playing now still continuing to love that game.
I do think World of Warcraft is very much the exception, though, because I mean, you mentioned Guild Wars, and they've recently done a free week for people. So you just think, ooh, what's happened there then? Are you so confident that you think, okay, we'll get new people in, or is it we need new people in? So I don't know. It's treacherous ground. I certainly wouldn't like a whole genre to go away. As long as you've got 2 or 3 companies keeping it going, I think they could very much make a resurgence at some point. But I think that consoles who are now being able to handle that is sort of drawing a piece, or somewhat drawing that sort of focus away from MMOs on the PC and putting them onto consoles. And like Bungie, they're reinventing the MMO, I think, and we're going to have some traditional ones that are going to stay around, like WoW. Probably Guild Wars has quite a following, but I'm not sure if we'll see Rift will stay around and all those other ones. But I think traditional MMO will have to develop, like I said, with Bungie and their Destiny, and they're going to develop in their own. Well, they're going to have to develop because the sort of the support base for it is going. So they have to evolve now or just die. That's essentially about my outlook. Is there anything else anybody wants to point out?
I think you pretty much got
it. Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
Yeah, sorry for that. 2 minutes of me just talking, but
no, you're good. That was pretty spot on.
It's all conversational.
I'll add something real quick. If we're talking about like the traditional, PC clicking, you just get a character and click and do stuff. I think eventually that's going to go away because they're gonna, they're gonna eventually move. They're all going to be on console, and with the generations of gamers that are going to grow up with these awesome consoles, all these awesome MMOs, they're not going to want to go to PC to play these, so they're never going to experience that. So I think down the line, with the new generation of gamers, I think it could potentially go away because everything's going to get better on consoles, and it's just like you have a controller and you don't have to use a mouse and click and do any of that. So I think eventually it could go away from the PC if we're talking about like the traditional on PC MMOs.
Yeah, well, I've mentioned it before. I used to play RuneScape quite a lot, and I couldn't just imagine myself doing that now, just because it is just essentially clicking over and over again. And they have tried to sort of like reform the combat system, but I'm not sure if they pulled it off. But I don't think it was too different from the previous one. So I think you're right. The traditional point and click ones are going to have to go. They'll have to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
But then, saying that, you have Diablo. That's done pretty well. That's essentially just go up to an enemy and just click abilities. So I think watch the next 5 to 10 years, see where MMOs develop, and see if our predictions are right.
Yeah, definitely be interesting.
I could definitely see a trend like with Destiny it being as a prototype, where games kind of have a 10-year cycle where you're gonna get a lot out of the game. I mean, it could just be Destiny, but I feel like there could be a number of titles, and this could be a little trend that could go on for a little while. But I don't know, it might just be me.
Yeah, I think we've covered that pretty well for people that don't generally play MMOs. I thought we had some alright insights. Thank you for joining us for episode 12 of DeBeta. Make sure you check out IceDJGaming.com for news, reviews, and our other podcasts, which Brett Woodmansey stars on, don't you, Brett? And that's
absolutely. I'm the best host there.
That's
no, I'm kidding.
Watch out, Jake.
Jake does an awesome job. Everybody there is wonderful.
Yeah.
And you were on it too, and you did an awesome job too.
Oh, thank you. I love appearing on the Alpha Cast. It's a good environment, a good solid hour of talking nonsense. Make sure you check out our partners over at 8bitchimp.com, and also we haven't plugged this much, but check out John's website. Him and his brother run it, and they do a really good job, and that's mx2nerd.com. He says because he hasn't visited that much.
It's actually mx2gaming.com, and that's my Twitter that you just said.
Oh, okay. Well, that's John's Twitter. Fine, we'll do that then, John, if you want to skip ahead like that.
Well, I was just correcting you. I'm making sure people don't go look up MX.
Come on, Noah, get it right.
You're going to have do a revolution and knock me off my seat.
We're revolting.
Also, we have forums as well. hopefully you guys will go onto that and we'll get those up and running for our community. You can also send us an email at debatacast@gmail.com, or you can tweet us personally. You can tweet me at NoahGraham17. You can tweet Brett at
Brett Woodmansee, WoodMansee.
And you can tweet John at, he's already said it, but why not again, John? Just to plug it hard.
MX2 Nerds.
Nailed it, John. Nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Have a great week, and goodbye.
See you guys.
Take care, guys.